Bowser Day was like something.
Yeah.
I had a friend that babysat.
That's what they do.
You know,
Yeah, that happens this week.
you know,
When I get back to that.
short of just doing that, really nothing else you can do.
More than a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
The kid needs to be-
That's time you guys speak already.
But not as many lately, because
Right.
they had, like, they had a hard time taking home too, so. You know, you can only have so many kids per, so,
Yeah.
The jack is right,
Mhm.
like right under the calendar, right there. We had to use it for the.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's-
I got 9, what's your, call this meeting order?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of the last 2 meetings, actually, or budget approval meeting and their last regular meeting. Any additions or corrections?
I just, it looked okay.
I didn't see anything happen.
Okay. Have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting. Oh,
Oh,
I thought you signaled.
I'll second the motion. Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Publication of claims. I went through the claims last night. I make a motion we pay the claims as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to pay the claims. Those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Department reports. Anything not already on the agenda? Yes, sir.
Over fall break, we're gonna do the rock and start putting the grass in at the park. I'm also gonna talk with, Eric Mason about putting a gutter down the north side of the little shelter so that the water doesn't run off and go right into the new playground area on that side. Then we called in a locate for hickory and elm down at the end where they're gonna put the new pylons or whatever for the gates. We have a storm drain down there it just doesn't work for the dam. It's old, so we're gonna actually try to get that dug up and replace and run across the street to the storm drain over on the west side, and tie that all in, because it's all new up through there. As far as the tennis net, it's ordered. The backboards at the park, Tricia,
Mhm.
I looked at them and I've looked at the plexiglass or acrylic ones. The only thing that I would advise not to put those up, just because the metal ones that are up there, they have a couple big dents in them where the powder coat's actually been busted off because kids throw rocks at them. So if you put one of them acrylic ones up there, guess what's going to happen? That rock is going to break that acrylic. It's not a basketball. It'll bust the acrylic. The thing I was going to ask the council is maybe we could change colors, get them powder coated, make them look new at least, and definitely put different rims on them that have the netting.
Yeah.
The netting rings instead of me or Dwayne or whoever going up and zip tying them every couple of weeks because the zip ties just break.
Yeah.
So I'd like to, and instead of, I mean, the ones I looked at were like almost $400 for the acrylic. And, you know, if a kid throws a rock through that, you're replacing the whole thing again.
Right.
Where if they throw it up here and hit these, it's a dent. And we can just make them look better.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the sidewalk at Fuzzy Bear and
Mhm.
Pam Bryan's.
Yep.
We just want to do part of it. We don't really want to do it all. It is still pretty good in some areas. And of course, we've all heard, Fuzzy Bear's probably going to close. And actually, we're doing this probably, and Pam's going to probably sell her house. So we're just going to upgrade, for her, that building that's right now not going to be used. So we just want to do those.
The
Couple
section starting at
sections.
Fuzzy Bear to past Pam's house.
Yeah. So Dennis, the neighbor next to him, just put in a nice accessible ramp so he could get down and get out of his house. And if you build that sidewalk up, then he's going to have to change all that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if the sidewalk's still good there and you don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it.
and we have a notice from the highway up here on this cut that they're gonna do next year, that they want to still have the water line cut and capped this year. Yeah, Ken's also talked to him about it, but, I talked to Jay Bussey the other day, he was in town, and he said he could still, if we just did the caps, he could definitely do that, should be able to do that this year. And that would hopefully satisfy the state. Right now, it's not a good time with harvest still, but, if we could get maybe at November timeframe, get most of the harvest done, I think that road, we could seal off one side of the road and just watch traffic and stuff. Cause it's gonna take pretty much all day for both to do two ends of that.
Looks like harvest ought to be done pretty early this year too. So.
You hope. And then the paving, like we talked with Mr., I can't remember his name. Mr. Conkright, he came in and we talked about it. The two spots that we really had marked up on Elm Street, of course, he said he wanted to do them next spring just because the asphalt he has to get is coming clear from Petersburg. And said by the time it gets here, it's cold. It's getting cold. And I told him that the school wants to put a paved lane going into the little playground. And I said, we'll have to work out something with them. And I told him also we couldn't do it anyway until they put the gates in the ground up there, because that's going to be right almost in the area where he's going to end up paving. So we talked about that. But he just said early next spring, he should be able to take care of it. I talked with Amy too, about, I gotta get some more quotes for the water meters. We're gonna need probably 110 to 120 to finish out. That's what it's looking like. I'm gonna order meters and antennas, or heads and antennas, at least a couple dozen, because we've been changing a lot of those. You just take the head off and put it on. So that's what I have.
Okay, thank you, Donnie. Skip down to Neil Trash. You guys need to leave a little early here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
We're just here to answer any questions, or if you guys had any comparisons about weight, tonnage, and then we'll just answer questions and you guys can make the decision you want for the next town cleanup.
I think there was concern over the price last time. And when we were talking on the phone, I think you guys had a good point too. How many dumpsters did you empty? What would the equivalent be of the 40-yard dumpsters? How many of those did you
The
pick
equivalent
up?
of like 15 to 18 dumpsters.
Okay, so 15 to 18
So-
dumpsters is what? I don't know if
There was
everybody
a
was aware of
lot,
that.
I mean, a lot of trash that
Yeah.
came out on that first cleanup.
Yeah.
Like, it surprised me.
Yeah.
You know, because I know you guys, you're used to using 6. And when we came out there and we're like, man, and I was like worried because the amount of trash that came out of there. You know, I was worried, but how much that came out. I mean, it's
I think a
a
lot of
lot
people
of
had the
bulk that people
opportunity
couldn't
to.
bring.
And that was the thing, like, you know, it surprised us a bit. It ended up being a little more than even like what we thought, but everybody got to use it. So I think that's just, you guys, when you do the dumpsters, really only some people get to use it. Not everyone's able to get to it. They fill up and stuff. And so when we did it the grapple truck way, and I was like speaking to the residents around, you know, they came outside, spoke to us and stuff. And especially the elderly, we were going out there and they're like, you know, I've lived here for 8 years and I've never been able to use it. And I'm so excited. And they just had their stuff at the curb. So it's like you give a weekend to go to the dumpsters. We also gave a weekend just to put it at the curb. And then we picked up on Monday. So I think because we did it really thoroughly the first time, I don't think it would be that much the further time. Because what was this, May? that we did this, so it's only been like 4 months. I don't think people have another couch to throw out in 4 months, like, you know, but
You'd be surprised.
it's just, you know, they've been holding on to it because we just got here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it's just, I would say like when you do the dumpsters, you're getting less than half. When you do the grapple, you're getting 100%. We do understand like with the price and stuff, and maybe if you guys wanted to alternate and, you know, do one grapple, one dumpster and stuff, it's up to you guys. But we do think it was like expensive the first time because it was kind of the first time that we were able to hit every single house, every single street, everyone threw stuff out. And like, I have so much footage and stuff. You saw the video, you saw how big some of those piles were, and I have like tons more and stuff. So we did compress it, press it, everything
Yeah.
that we could
We
do.
couldn't put any more in the truck when we took it in, like without being unsafe, you know.
Right.
It surprised me because I was expecting about the same. That's why, in the contract I was doing a comparison with what we could haul more than 3 to 4, 40 yards because we can compress it, we can stack it. But there was a lot. Like it was a lot. And I think it's because of the accumulated years of people not being able to get rid of it that it just caught up,
And also too, what we would have usually done is we would have took the scrapped it, took
Yeah.
that off of your bill, but since they, took it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
there was
just,
a specific person that did take all the scrap metal.
yeah, so
But
we would have put that in, but it's fine. And then you guys allowed the tires, you wouldn't have to allow the tires, like we just did North Salem's, and they had, they put more things that you couldn't pick up. You guys were a lot nicer with your people. You allowed pretty much everything but like vehicles. So it was a lot, but it went well. We don't want you guys to feel like we're just gonna always try to push the grapple. We just personally love it. Efficiency is our thing. We want to be in and out when we do a job. But of course, if you guys want the dumpsters to alternate and stuff, it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I got a question. You said we allowed the tires. Did you inform us that there was going to be an upcharge for allowing tires in the trash?
Are you talking, is that a me question?
Yes, that's a you question.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a them thing. They tell us what to do and then we just,
Right, but did you
Yeah.
tell them it would cost more to put the tires
did
in the
we?
trash?
No.
You didn't think that'd be pertinent?
I didn't know what they were charging and
Okay.
stuff. I just am told what to pick up and then I give them the bill
Okay,
and stuff. So I didn't know,
because I know there was somebody here that took a bunch of advantage of throwing the tires in the trash and then, so we got to pay for her tires.
yeah, there was one guy that had a lot, but I did inform him before we even took it. So if they were there and I saw them, I was telling them.
Yeah,
If it was out and I didn't see anyone, then I wasn't able to. But, if I did, I was just like, just so you guys know, I don't know exactly, but it's going to be this. And then they would just tell me if they wanted us to take it
well,
or not.
when we saw the first tires, I called Dwayne and I asked him, I said, how do you typically deal with tires? And he told me that when they bring the tires to the dumpsters, they usually pay a fee. So that's where I got the idea that maybe we need to because the tires, you can't take them to the landfill. So we had to dispose of them a different way.
sure.
And
So I guess that
some
might have been
people
an
like
oversight. but-
left the rim in it and stuff you're not supposed to, but
And I wasn't
Just do it
expecting to see
anyway.
that many tires when I came out. We hauled out 141 tires. So there was a lot of tires. Like one guy, I remember he was on, I think Elm Street, had a stack of 20 tires just sitting there.
and he's the one I told in advance and he
Yeah.
wanted that, so.
If you don't want
Now,
tires,
he wasn't charged for them though, right? Those 20 tires, that
What do
guy.
you mean?
You said you picked up 20 tires for him and then was he personally charged?
Okay, so what we did was everyone that had tires, we took a photo and then we included that with the bill.
Okay.
So every person that had tires had like a photo, the amount of tires they had, we would write it down,
I gave
and then
the
we
town,
provided it to
I
them.
gave the town a list of addresses that had the number of tires.
Okay.
Yeah,
The town was able to go, tell the homeowners that, this is the tire fee.
But that was not,
No, I don't.
yeah, we never collected on the tires.
You should.
You didn't.
No.
We didn't collect on it. We didn't
We didn't
publish it
know.
ahead of time, so didn't feel like we should. But.
and if you usually with the dumpsters, if usually, is that true with the dumpsters, they would, pay if they had tires?
So it really wasn't the town,
So-
it was, people were bringing tires and there would be people up there that would charge them $2 or $3 to cut up the tires, because Donnie and I and Howard would say, hey, you guys can't throw the tires in the dumpster. You can pay these kids over here to cut them in 3 and throw them in there. Basically, that's what they were doing.
But then, like I said, once again, if that's something that you didn't want tires and stuff like that, I would just add that to like the we're not accepting list and stuff. So it's always just up to you guys with
You can make a
whatever.
list.
And because of that
We have a list.
because of that oversight, if you decide to go with the grapple truck, I'll give you a little discount this time around. Because of that oversight on the tires, the miscommunication that we had on tires, that's not an issue. It's the first grapple cleanup for you guys, so,
I thought it went well. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot
I
of
was
positive
expecting my
feedback.
yard all half dug
Oh
up.
yeah, I took a
When
poll,
they
I
came,
took a
did.
poll afterwards, you know, the grapple was significantly favored. I think there was like 2 people that wanted the dumpsters, and one of them was a guy that didn't even use,
yeah,
he doesn't even use the trash services or the dumpster. He happened to be like a friend of my son's. And then we spoke to him about it, and he's like, oh, I just didn't know anything about it, so I just voted for the dumpsters. And I'm like, well, thanks. Thanks
Yeah,
for your,
he didn't have anything out for the grapple truck, so how would he know?
he doesn't
The difference
use
between-
it, but
I think, like you said, I think a lot of people took advantage of it because a lot of people couldn't get to the dumpsters, or, you know, they don't have a truck, or they're elderly, or,
Heavy.
you know.
the kids
They can't
liked
get over
it.
there during the time that the gates were open or whatever. So I think there was a lot of,
There's also the efficiency of it where we took all the job off of you guys. Like, you know, Dwayne and Don followed us around to make sure, and like they were great and stuff, but it was, you know, it was pretty easy. They didn't lift a
They didn't
finger.
have to
Right,
touch anything, yeah.
right. Yeah, I didn't do much. I think I saw them help one person, but it wasn't related to the cleanup, so.
Any more discussion on this?
I don't know, did we make a final decision on what we were gonna do as far as grapple dumpsters?
Well,
I mean,
October's getting ahead
do
of us
we
really
wanna try
quick.
to
It's November
maybe
now.
do like they said and do every other, or maybe, or, I don't know. I think it was very convenient for a lot of people to have that service. And, I mean, none of us are psychic and know how much is gonna be put out again, but I think they're
No.
probably right too, that there's not gonna be near as much as there was last time, considering this was the first time it was ever done.
Oh yeah, people
So the
really,
price
really,
won't be,
they really took advantage and stuff. And,
Didn't like you.
I was gonna say something, and I just eluded me. Okay, so the second week of November is where we're gonna make sure, regardless of which one it is.
Okay.
So we're gonna
So
do,
we've got a date locked in, we just need to decide which way. to go.
yes. So as long as we have like the date locked in, it's fine either way. And then, like I said, maybe then if you guys wanted it to be a lighter cleanup, maybe just like, and if you, like I said, if you want the dumpsters, you could do the dumpsters. If you wanted to do a lighter cleanup with the grapple by like not having people put out like big furniture, like couches or something. So then we go around, we pick up smaller things that you would pretty much be able to fit in the dumpster. But that's what we would pick up. So maybe you would do a heavier cleanup and then a lighter one. I'm just throwing out options.
Too confusing.
And what day was it? We're doing it November.
so what,
And our last meeting in October the 29th. So that gives people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days say to get it out there.
So what days would you do it, like the 7th and 8th, the 8th and the 9th? Because I know there was like an issue with the transfer station. They're closed on Sundays or what?
Yeah, the weekends they're closed. So we would probably do it the same. If you wanted to do the dumpsters, we would do the dumpster weekend.
Okay,
And then if you wanted to do the grapple, we'll give people the weekend to put their stuff out like usual, so
And then
they'll have
pick it
their
up
time.
Monday,
And then we'll
Tuesday.
be there Monday. We should finish. We only came back Tuesday. We had like 2 streets and then we were done. So it was pretty much a day. So just Monday. People also were mentioning how, the traffic in the city was less because of the grapple truck. Not as many truck and trailers all around, but look at it.
I don't think you need it.
Trish,
Mhm.
what were you
did a
doing?
good job with the grapple.
I mean, nobody wants to have to
Like,
spend more
people
than they
likes
have
the
to,
claw.
but at the same
I
time,
like
feel
the
like
claw.
I'm the same way. I appreciated service, but a lot of people have a lot of positive feedback. I get a lot of positive feedback. And
Oh yeah, no, we do this all around the US. So it's like, it was new to y'all if we do this everywhere.
Right, yeah.
But like maybe, tires or, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Picture of the list.
That's what happens.
I don't know,
Like
maybe.
some people
Mike,
versus
yeah,
other
everyone
people.
has-
Opinion.
Is that information on the trash?
She was just looking.
Now I just.
But they make enough from trash
I
to
just get my
can.
extra
Regardless of
tote,
what they provide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
$50 a year, I get my money's for sure.
But it shouldn't be so bad next time.
Now on the grapple truck,
The worst thing is.
29, let's give our people the time they can.
House. So
Whoever
that's-
put the post out the last time, you made a nice post, I think.
Just like,
I saw you
Are
that day,
you on board,
didn't I?
Mike?
I saw you that
Okay.
day, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean,
I was gone.
I moved on that day.
I had a pile of other.
maybe I'd like to see
Come on,
dumpster
it's all
shoes
gone.
one more
I
time
wish you
to
were
see how
there.
it work
Okay.
with them, but, with the grapple truck.
Sure,
I
so
didn't even
handy.
see the truck.
And the money's there now,
For
but it's taken a while to get that built up, so.
the
We
money
can do
during,
every other,
Yeah.
just see what, do the dumpsters again and see the feedback we
yeah.
get.
Oh,
Yeah,
y'all gonna test them like
Well, I'm just saying,
I know,
like,
it's
like I said, like,
just
nobody
joking.
wants to spend like a massive amount of money, but
Yeah.
again, it was a very
Initially,
positive
just
thing,
throwing
I think, from a lot of
We
people.
can
I didn't have
discuss
one
this, this
person
is
go,
discussed,
why did we
right?
do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather have had the
If we do grapple
dumpster.
truck in November-
Oh, yeah,
Nobody
no.
said that, so.
No, like I said, the one
You know,
person
and I
that
think
did
there's a lot
didn't
of people
even.
that
If we
can't
do
get
grapple
to the
truck in
dumpsters.
May,
No, I felt
we do
bad. There were
dumpsters.
some, elderly people and stuff, especially like the single old ladies.
Yes.
take
Uh,
the weather into
There's
account.
no way
Yeah.
for them.
Trish,
Well, people
just
are
kind of-
working over the weekend.
it's our capital here. If we do the grapple truck in November, so we're getting in the cooler weather, and then we do the dumpsters in May, and then you got the spring.
Oh,
weather
yeah.
there.
Hey, can you call this?
And then you feel so bad. You wanna help everybody and
Yeah, I
stuff. You wanna
can't drive
get to
back here
everybody.
all the time.
But
Dude,
like, we tried to make it as easy as we
You
could.
don't, you don't have the big dumpsters in stock, or you don't keep the.
Well, we could get those
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we can
stuff.
get
We
them.
can do both. It's just, like I said, it's just whatever you guys wanna do. So if you wanted to talk about it later and then like give us a call and let us know which one you want to do. And then that's just what it would be. Like I said, if it was the dumpsters, it'll be that weekend, that Friday, drop off Friday, pick up Sunday, right? Thing. And you would want 5 40 yards.
Is it 5?
Is it 5? I'm just
Yeah.
asking. 5 40 yards. And then it would be the weekend. If you decided to do the grapple and allow them to pick up less or whatever you
Mhm.
wanted to do, then it would be that Monday.
what we were just kind of talking about up here in our time is, with the weather in November, you're turning into cooler weather. Then we do the grapple truck in November and do dumpsters in May at that pickup.
Whatever you
And
guys
then
think.
Tricia brought up, you brought up, don't limit.
No, I was saying like, we have a list from them that kind of showed things
Mhm.
that weren't allowed, and we can add the tires on
Yeah,
there
be
or whatever.
specific about time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can just edit it
Okay.
as needed for whatever you guys.
I'd like to make a motion that we use a grapple truck on the date already assigned for pickup with Neil's. And then we will use the dumpsters, try them in May for the warmer weather.
Okay, so I see.
So,
What you're
what date exactly? Is it the 10th or the 10th for the dumpster, the grapple truck pickup?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
can put things out the 7th,
Right.
8th, and 9th,
Yeah.
and then get picked up the
Mhm.
10th.
Right.
Yeah, they have all weekend and we go in and pick it up on Monday.
And what time, you take it to Walden's, I understand?
No, we take it to the landfill.
To the landfill?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. We're sorry, but the landfills are getting expensive. It's not all our fault. It's not all my fault. You know, with Sam, he had his own transfer station and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that helps him beat budget. Oh, he takes it.
Yeah, he ends up trucking it.
Yeah, they raised their prices like 3 times in the past year. You gotta
Yeah,
watch
it's been
this.
inside.
Okay.
It's not.
I'll second your motion. Motion been made and second to, use the grapple truck on the 17th, 9th of November for that fall dumpster days, grapple truck days, whatever. And then
Dumpsters.
probably dumpsters again in May. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
So grapple November, dumpsters May.
Sounds
We
good.
got you.
All right.
We got you. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. You can have the, somebody reach out to me with any edits you want me to make to what's allowed, what's not allowed. And then I will get that to you as soon as possible so you can send it out in the mail with people's bills, let them know quick. I'm a little sad it's not in October, because then I was like, what if we like Halloween dressed up?
Yeah.
And we're picking up the street. Would that
We
be
still do
cute?
that, we don't care.
Right? Late. See you guys.
Just take it.
Thank you
Hey,
guys. Have a
Justin,
good
how you
day.
doing?
Good, how are you?
Legal.
Nothing,
All right.
You don't have a thing.
nothing at all, zero. Zero.
No huge lawsuits, nothing like that.
Nothing we're gonna talk about in public.
Nobody shot a mule or,
Boring day.
Law enforcement not present. Ken?
Only had 2 things. One is the agreed order has been turned in again. It was submitted online. Donnie has a copy. We used them putting in the water meters as an excuse this time, so we're getting creative. The other part is your street grant is due at the end of the month. So they changed the
think you can.
match from 25% down to 20%. So you save $17,000 on your match. And here's your local match letter. And then, sorry, Dave, I was saying, no, you're good. To do the grant, I'll give you 2 proposals. Here's the proposals. Proposal 1, that costs you anything, but you have to assign an employee or a council member. And we will train them, and that includes your page report coming up in December. So we'll take them, train them. We already did your estimates, so it doesn't cost you anything if you have someone employed, do it. Option 2, we would just charge 3.5% of the estimate, so whatever you want to do, we're happy to do it. That's all I've got.
I wish I would've got this notice from Brad Earlywine. He thought he saw that Mill Trash had a few Saturdays a month. They could drop larger items off and then pay for it. I wish I'd have saw that. I could have asked him, so. no.
I think anytime you have something large, like I've done it before, like we redid our attic and threw out a couple of mattresses, so I just called them up and I said, hey, I have a couple of mattresses. And I'm like, can I just throw them out by the dumpster? And they did, and then they'll send you a bill that you pay ahead of time.
Okay,
And then, because they in the contract and even like on their website, I think, they have a breakdown of the cost of anything you can put out.
Hmm.
And it's just extra and they will charge you directly for that extra.
I'll send it to him when we get out of here then.
Yeah.
So Ken, do we need to appoint Donnie
If you,
Dwayne,
if you want to do it, we'll train you guys to do it. Otherwise, we'll do it for 3.5%. Your call.
yeah.
I'm not spending a lot of time with Dwayne anyway, so.
You guys are busy with water meters and stuff, so
I'm just offering, if you don't, no cost option is what.
I think that would be our best avenue to go down. You guys
I
have
agree.
any comments on,
There you go.
do we need a motion for that?
Howard did it.
Probably should.
Go ahead, Bob.
All right, make a motion, we, have Ken's company do the work on the, crossing grant.
I'll second.
All right, motion been made and second to hire Ken to do the 3.5%, you say, Ken?
Yeah, no, not to exceed.
Those in favor?
Aye.
We'll get it done Monday.
Concerns from the public? Anyone have anything?
I'm really disappointed in the way you three run this town, and especially you. You're a real disappointment. Tricia.
Cody, if you're gonna bring it up, sit down and talk.
No.
Seriously.
All right, moving on.
Okay. Anyone else?
You had two executive board meetings for the last couple of months. Is what's going on?
Part of the executive session is, the notices for those are concerning litigation. And the whole idea of the executive session is to talk in secret, so the council will talk in secret about how to respond, what to do, without anybody on the other side sort of sitting in on the meeting. So basically litigation, threatened in writing, or strategy with respect to, including perhaps filing litigation, but we don't, the Indiana open door law doesn't require us, or doesn't really want us to be talking about it in advance. So that's what happened, those two executives, and there might be more.
So in short, are you saying town's being sued or threatened to be sued?
Or it could be that we're thinking about being sued. We don't give a heads up. If we're gonna sue you for an ordinance violation, we don't necessarily have to talk about it in front of you, especially with the new live stream law. In the old days, we talk maybe a little more, look around the room, see who's here. The new days, that's preserved forever. So they're gonna be, not just this town, more and more towns are gonna do more and more of those executive sessions, because that's just how it goes now with the live stream. It's on YouTube forever, or at least for 2-3 years, however long it is. So we're playing cards a little more close to the vest than we used to.
Anything else? Items for the clerk treasurer.
I have nothing.
All right.
What?
Nothing.
Anything? Susie? April, do you have anything?
A battery or something, maybe?
Yeah. Extension cord. The library requested handicap lines be repainted over in front of their.
We're at April.
In front of the library. Then Neptune came in and they were, since we're doing the water meters and stuff, we'd like to get I'd like to spend $37,000 and get software. Yeah. It's a drop in the bucket. If you guys can start kind of thinking over that. I'd like to get the software and antennas to be able to remotely read. Yeah, we have it. Oh, yeah. Okay. You on?
Yeah, and then you can take this remote read, and then you can program the streets that we're doing the metering on, and then we can know how much water we spent, and then we know how much water comes out, so we'll know the difference.